WLV are a little bit short-handed this week, as if, like we're saying to Steve Sidwell earlier on, but their squad runs deeper than just about anyone else's in the country, really. So many talented players to call upon in this part of the world, and Angie Morley back fit again to captain and start in the starting five, a boost for the Birmingham girls. Alicia Miller back in the squad as well. Those of you who were with us last time around on BT Sport would have been blown away by Alicia Miller, a hat-trick against Worcester in the first round of fixtures in the Tier 1. In fact, the last time we watched Birmingham on BT, they were 3-0 up inside 2.5 minutes. What odds on a start quite that quick fire this time round. I'd like to say Alicia has stepped from the studio into the comms box. Alicia, lovely to have you with us. And a big test this for Southampton. They've had some big tests already, but I just feel like this is their worst possible matchup stylistically. Yeah, definitely. I think obviously Birmingham, they play a really high press, and Southampton, in terms of the way they play a lot of quite long balls. They try the diagonals, less of a sort of tiki-taka futsal team, which Birmingham are. And Birmingham, obviously, they've just played. Southampton have just played Helvetia and come away with quite a heavy loss. And yeah, coming straight into this one against one of the other sort of competing for the win teams, it's going to be a really tough challenge for them. Yeah, Birmingham seem to be growing through the season as well as the campaign wears on. They seem to be getting stronger and stronger. As like we're saying as well, plenty more players constantly being added to the squad. Those from a more footballing background, they do that transition work from footballer to futsal players so well in this neck of the woods. Excited to see how they get on today as we get underway. And a first touch of the ball for the skipper, Angie Morley. And straight away, Aztecs are into a pretty shell-like defensive formation. This is Miller. It's a clever little leave from Morley, almost foxed the keeper Seiler. And Southampton clear their lines. The one thing they might look to do, the Aztecs, is just sort of deny the likes of Miller any kind of space, because where we saw she was so lethal against Worcester, I think she had room to run into. That was where she looked the best player in the world on that day. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting for Southampton, because defensively they looked very tight, and then as you see they've moved very expansively now. But yeah, shutting down Alicia Miller, that's going to be an important role, and I don't envy them for having to do it, to be honest. I thought you might not. Squared across, and Birmingham make a habit of getting these quick starts. We talked about Alicia Miller's pace. Could she find it? It's taken her all of 40 seconds. So quick down the wing. And then on that second post, Laura Smith in for her first goal of the day. She'll be hoping it's not the last. Coach Icklak was keen to impress upon us that she's new, and he's been really excited with what she's given the squad. Well, that's about as good a start as you can have. Yeah, definitely. We were talking about not giving Alicia Miller space, and you sort of see the way Southampton retract into themselves, trying to get back in that sort of square shape to defend, and then she's got way too much time. And again, this is like watching an action replay. Less than a minute played, Birmingham are 2-0 up. For Worcester reads Southampton Aztecs. They're not the first, they may well not be the last to suffer at the hands of this quick-fire Birmingham team. It's 2-0 in the blink of an eye. I mean, it's a really good finish from Alicia Miller, and we know that she can do that. But Southampton, I think they're going to have to change tactically, because they're giving them way too much time. When they're in that square defensive shape, they might have to go man-to-man. Here is Miller again. Well, maybe the Aztecs can take a little bit of heart from the way that Worcester eventually recuperated. Worcester ended up being 4-0 down after 4 minutes. Match ended 5-1. But Birmingham's fast starters at it again. It sort of becomes a mental game when you're down by 2 goals this early. It is an uphill battle, and you have to be very mentally strong as
a team to come back from that.
Miller just smelt blood there immediately when she got the ball. Really talented player. On the football side of things, plays just over the road, down at Wolves. Hat-trick last time out in front of the BT Sport cameras. That's a nice little turn in there for the Aztecs. And maybe a chance, but Adriana Caboth was there and had to be. To deny Nicola Curtis. This is Miller, and for once the pass wasn't there. And that was a decent chance if it was.
Just everything she does is just with so much ease. She literally just jinks past a player, and yeah, it's just, the ball's not good, but I think she was expecting a little bit more of a fight there in the sort of defence from Southampton.
She's also as well a phenomenal athlete. She's quick, she's strong, and when you combine that with, you know, the ability in her feet as well, you've got an all-round fantastic player. Tonks couldn't quite turn it around the corner. Big game for Rebekah Tonks, really. Plays in that pivot position for the Aztecs. She does her footballing work down at Portsmouth. Really, really talented player. But she's going to have a work cut out today. May not see an awful lot of the ball. The first 3 minutes for anything to go by, at least. Smith happy to let it roll. Miller trying to squeeze through. It's all well and good maybe saying, well, stuff Alicia Miller, just nice space to prevent that power and speed from becoming a factor, but she can play the other side of the game as well, in between the lines and tight spaces, no problem.
She's an excellent player, and I mean, having played against her earlier this season, I don't envy Southampton's job of trying to just deny her any space or time, and also to play against her as a player. She's very good defensively as well, just an all-rounder really. And yeah, easier said than done, I think.
Couldn't agree more. Wins her team the kick in here. Couple of big wins and just the one defeat for Birmingham. 10-1 win against Bloomsbury a couple of weeks ago. That was following their only defeat of the season so far. It was up against London Helvetia, 6-3 defeat to Enrique Guillen's girls in what realistically could be a title decider come the end of the season, where the two of them are playing at the moment. Morley, lovely ball. Miller, good save.
I think as a team, Birmingham, they just know exactly where their players are going to run. Alicia Miller's got far too much time. She just sort of cuts around the back. No Southampton player even seems aware that she's there, and it's unlucky. It's a good save, but it's unlucky not to score there.
It's teed in towards Annie Highway. She couldn't quite sort of feed out in time. Siler forward, on her way through. We are well into the season now, so it's worth remembering that this time last year the Southampton Aztecs didn't even exist. These girls didn't know each other. It's amazing what Will Wilson and the rest of the team down there have managed to achieve just from one turn up and play session down on the south coast. They decided, hang on, we've got a bit of a team here. And a few weeks later they were in the National Series, and then a few weeks after that they were promoted into Tier 1. It's a crazy rise, and I mean, this is what you get as a prize, I guess. You get to play the best teams in the country.
I think so.
It's not always easy. Highway, 3-0. Brilliant finish from Annie Highway. And Birmingham cut through the Aztecs once more. And it's direct from the keeper as well, Adriana Cabot. Lovely control from Annie. Steps inside Tonks and tucks it away.
Obviously saying that Southampton are a very new team, and it's great that they're here, but it is a bit of a baptism of fire coming into Tier 1 when we've got teams like Birmingham and Helvetia who are so well established and have been playing together for years. But yeah, they're just going to have to absorb the pressure and hopefully make something out of it.
Yeah, easier said than done at times, isn't it? Highway. Nice feet. It's a lovely clip over. Tony Maidment back there getting involved. First minutes on court for her. Now Morley. In towards Highway. Nice idea. Tonks just about did enough. Back from Miller. Confidence coursing through the Birmingham play. This is the other side of it as well, is they're not going to let up anytime soon, we know that. And they're playing with a real swagger about them at the moment. That's a dangerous game. Side have just got there in front of Miller.
I think obviously thinking about the league table at the moment with Helvetia at the top of the table, they're going to want to, Birmingham are going to want to make sure they've got the highest goal difference that they can possibly have, and that's going to be against teams unfortunately like Southampton and the Bloomsbury result last week with 10-1. It's going to be important for them. They aren't going to let up, as you said.
Decent chance in there for Laura Smith to potentially grab her second goal. Rebekah Tonks dispossessed. Maidment keeps it alive. Silent arrows one into the path of Rebecca Moody. It's a break here for Maidment. Lovely turn from Moody round Morley, good chance, and Cabot makes the save. That was, well, by far and away Southampton's best moment of the match, and a bit of a scare really for Birmingham WLV.
Yeah, she just gets a really good turn and gets a chance to get a shot off, which is a nice little toe poke, but a good save in the end, and quite a routine one, really.
Yeah, we see the ever-present danger of Alicia Miller somewhere near a wing. It's a great ball across, and I would have expected one of her teammates to be on that second post. Smith stabs it forward, and Highway can't get on the end of it. Already we're seeing quite a lot of player turnover in the Southampton ranks, whether that was planned from the get-go or whether they're feeling the early legs after a relentless start from Birmingham. I'm not too sure. Could be a bit of both, maybe.
It might also be about sort of matching up the players. Like if a player's struggling, for example, with Alicia Miller, it might be good to change it around and see what works. Drop some players back into sort of a more sort of fixed role and then push up the pivots. But obviously playing that square, they're going to have to change it and see what works.
Marianne Lennon and Jess Keeling have come on for Birmingham. Morley and Miller remain in the game. It's Highway and Smith who've been replaced. Morley. No way through there, but that will go out for a corner.
Birmingham have been quite dangerous from set pieces, and it's interesting to see how Southampton set up. In terms of defensively, they've been very compact, which hasn't particularly worked, but we'll see how they defend this.
A loose one from Angie Morley. There's a chance of a break there, but now it's going to be a Birmingham chance. Lennon with the shot and clipped over the bar.
There's me saying how good they are at set pieces, and they do that. It's making me look bad.
That's the good old commentator's curse. You're not immune to that. Nice one round the corner, and Cabot again had to be alert. The one thing Southampton have in abundance is guts. They're a really, really aggressive attacking team. Almost, I mean, you could easily argue it's your fault at times, but the way they attack the game, they will create chances.
Yeah, definitely, and I think they're a little bit unlucky there. I think Kaborth is very quick off her line. I found that when I was playing as a pivot against her. But yeah, they're going to have to make the most of those opportunities that they get.
Good chance here then. And that's a decent chance, you know, for Rebekah Tonks.
I think she had a bit more time to sort of to roll the ball out and maybe go for a back post pass, but that's the problem when you're playing against teams like this. You don't get very many opportunities, and when you do, it's kind of like a panic moment. You think, I've got to score this, and then that happens.
Southampton just growing into the game here. Birmingham struggling to keep hold of the ball. And Rebekah Tonks there. Forced out of bounds. And already Southampton want to take a very quick timeout. Interesting to hear what Will Wilson's got to say. Been growing into the game in the last couple of minutes.
What we're going to change is with the Reds, higher line of engagement, and these two, when they're playing out, get a lot closer to them. And we're giving her a bit more time. They're trying to match our shape, so that's it. We're going to step up a bit higher, get in their faces. You're going to charge them down when they're up here.
And that's what they started doing now. The upper is we sit in the middle, and then pulling off that way, pulling off the other way.
And then it's like a two here, and then that person's there.
Yeah, what,
so now they
which,
there you go, because I followed.
Yeah, you just followed a little bit too far. So don't go all the way into the middle. Pass her off, just talk. Because this person's going to be tucking in anyways, so they don't get that ball.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry.
Look, we've got plenty of time, plenty of ability. We can come back in this game. Keep your heads up, keep fighting.
Hey, just like Ian said, we're on top now. Let's keep going.
Well, to me, Alicia, it sounds like they might have a direct line to your commentary feed here. I swear you were saying that a couple of minutes ago, weren't you?
I think I was, and maybe I've got a future in coaching after I have my boots.
But I think that timeout will have been called a little while ago. Davina Alawalolo, the shot from a tight angle. Good save from Kaborth. That timeout would have been called maybe when Coach Wilson was thinking they were struggling a little bit in the game, but actually in the last sort of 2 minutes, they've been the better side, the Aztecs.
Yeah, it is quite frustrating sometimes when you put in your timeout card and then the game changes, and Southampton have actually been sort of a little bit on top for the last few minutes.
Kaborth smartly off their line. It's Alicia Miller. Just splits the two Birmingham attackers. Direct in between Lennon and Keeling. Court time here for Laura Ingram at the bottom of your picture, number 13. Joining the two Tonks and Davina Alawalolo. Here comes Angie Morley. And Alawalolo appeared almost as if from nowhere there to track back and get the interception in.
It was an important one because Birmingham looked like they were going to be straight across goal and back post there.
But they're trying to set up again. And Ingram says no there. Nice set piece for Birmingham, a chance for them to work what you were saying usually does so well, Alicia. Not for the first one, but
I won't say
can
anything.
only improve. Just about. Angie Morley, Miller, Morley. And how on earth has that not ended up in the back of the Aztecs net?
Another not particularly good set piece from Birmingham though. Obviously they did salvage it, but the sort of original kick-in, not very good at all.
Lennon just needed a little bit too much time, or maybe with third time lucky on the kick-in. Lennon possibly still thinking about that moment about 30 seconds ago and how on earth she hasn't scored. She's really looking to hit the target and going about as far away as she possibly can from it. Alawalolo just gets in the way of Keeling. Okay, Tonks can drive at the Birmingham defence and get through. Oh, good save, Cabot. She's such a brilliant goalkeeper. Doesn't get as much work as maybe some of the others, and I think she's a little bit underrated because of this, but everything Adriana Cabos does is with a touch of class, and that's a brilliant save again.
I do remember when we played Birmingham with Reading. She absolutely cleared me out when I was through on goal, so that's but she's still a very good keeper, so I won't take it.
I didn't realise it was becoming personal.
She is very quick off her line. I think that's what makes her so hard to play against.
Hello, dispossesses Morley, just couldn't quite get the outside of the foot round it. But quite a few similarities, I must say, from, I mean, we talked about it earlier, that Birmingham versus Worcester game when they flew into a big lead at the start. Southampton have come back into it. Not been completely blown away. That's a lovely ball from Morley. Marianne Lennon was shut out by Lauren Seiler. Since you're getting the big build-up on the set pieces, I think we've had 5 and 4 of them have not been anywhere near the sort of standard. Now then, can the Aztecs drive forward? Aloilolo, that pass was just a little bit short from Seiler. Needed to be in front of the toes of Aloilolo. It was behind her, really.
I think that's, I mean, that kind of sums it up. We talk about similarities between the two teams, and I definitely agree with that. But Birmingham, they really make the most of every single opportunity like that. And then you see with teams like Southampton, the mistakes sort of creep in.
Aloilolo strong. Birmingham looking to get as high and wide as possible. They're also happy to wait for something to present itself further forwards. It's a loose one.
I think one of the things I like most about watching Birmingham is their rotation is just exceptional. You just watch, every single player knows their job, and it makes it so hard to defend against, which I think Southampton are struggling with. Because it just means, yeah, if you're trying to do man-to-man, then they're just moving all the time.
I don't think it was a corner. Kick in from a few yards closer down the touchline. And reset. Not on the same hymn page again. Take 3 on the way. Morley into Lennon. No, Southampton get forward. That's an unfortunate moment for them. Morley around the keeper, dinks it. Oh, what a good finish from Angie Morley. What a good finish that is. It's a really tough one for Laura Ingram at the back for Southampton.
They'll be really frustrated with that because they have been on top for the sort of last 3-4 minutes, and they've had their opportunities which they haven't taken. And it's actually a really smart finish. You think she could just absolutely smash that, but yeah, a nice little dink over the top. It's just a bit more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, and certainly effective as well. Mentioned in the first game was Rowley that it is a very different court to what these girls will be used to be playing on in their respective training bases. Even Birmingham, who train in this very building, usually train on the hardwoods. And it is a very, very different surface to play on. All I'm saying is that's very, very easily done, and I feel for Laura.
Oh yeah, I think I spend more time on the floor than I do stood up when I play, so no judgment at all.
Tough break for Laura, and a mistake like that was clinically punished. Ice cool composure from Angie Morley. Laura Smith bundles Rebekah Tonks out of there.
I think Birmingham can be quite a physical team, and actually Southampton, when we played against them, similar in terms of they do go in for big tackles, but yeah, that one's not just physicality, that is definitely a foul.
Yeah, I think we could be pretty in agreement about that. There's Ingram. Tonks takes back over, decent strike, good block. It's Donna Mulligan over to Lindsay Glover on the far side. Those two recent additions into the game. Morley, Vina Hallow just got a leg out of the way of trouble there. Oh, what a good ball that is, and that's Tonks! Well, they create chances, and when you've got a player as good as Rebekah Tonks, some of them will eventually get taken. Are Southampton back in the game? Well, who knows, finishing like this, and they will be.
It's just a classic Southampton goal, really. They like to go long and expansive, and it's a brilliant touch. Brings it down, and yeah, a cool finish under the keeper's legs.
Lauren Seiler, the American keeper, that was a quarterback's throw, wasn't it? Right on the money. And Birmingham caught out by a simple long one, just as Southampton were a little bit earlier. Glover cut out on this occasion by Ingram. Then around on the cover to deny Tonks. And there you maybe see just the impact of the court as well. Just on Cabot there, she tries to make the save. Looks like a sort of saving foot as it would. Just got a little bit stuck.
Yeah, I think when you're on hardwood floor, it's much easier to sort of to make this sort of slide, and yeah, the split saves that is so important to keepers. And this one, yeah, your shoes really stick. So yeah, that's an unfortunate one, but you just got to get used to the surface.
Miller slows the game down. Morley. Glover has Mulligan. Oh, nice idea, just didn't quite get the execution there. Solved everyone, including herself there, Mulligan. Miller's going to crack one left-footed. That's a really good save from Seiler.
I think she just saw that Southampton hadn't properly set up and thought she'd give it a go, and to be fair, I'd back her to score those sort of 2 out of 3 times.
Probably, for my money, one of the best two-footed players in the league, Alicia Miller. Cannon of a shot on both feet. Lolo. Just forced backwards. Again, always looking for that direct line into Rebekah Tonks. And the reason why it's so effective is because generally it tends to stick around. Southampton number 10.
They don't make it easy for her though. A lot of the balls are quite hard hit and high balls.
Strikers Union coming into play there.
I'm just saying, as a pivot, I would prefer it to my feet, but
it's a lovely throw again from Seiler. That is to Tonks' feet. Oh, nearly found the cute little through ball, but now she's got to do some defensive work. Big chance here for Mulligan. Seiler just about did enough. Decent opening there for Donna Mulligan. Will be a Southampton ball. Moody forward, cut out by Miller, but loose touch. Tonks couldn't quite just get it back. The idea was there. Catherine Heath couldn't quite find the execution. One thing's for sure, following that early sort of first 5-minute flurry, it's been a relatively even game, all things being told. You'd probably lean it a little bit towards Birmingham even with that said, but Southampton will be relatively pleased with the response following heading 3-0 down so quickly.
Yeah, I think so. I think Birmingham potentially look the more comfortable team in the way they're playing, but Southampton have had opportunities and they're making space for themselves, which Birmingham are struggling to do with.
Oh, what a good ball that is from Miller. And that from Lindsay Glover. A big futsal no-no. Big chance, that.
Yeah, 2-on-1, and it's, I don't want to say the word selfish, but that in futsal terms, that is a selfish shot.
Big toe in there from Heath. Mulligan, no one home. I mentioned at the start of the game that Birmingham do love to bring in local footballers from a very, very good level and sort of make that transition, if you like, to futsal players, and that's one of the first things you'll sort of notice goes is that habit to shoot in those situations, because all day you look into that second post.
Yeah, I think when I started playing futsal for Reading, Fernando Silva, our coach, was a little bit frustrated with me because I would take those shots. But yeah, I think when you're playing continuously, you just get used to it, and it doesn't matter how it goes in the net. If it goes in the net, it doesn't matter who scores it.
Good strength from Rebekah Tonks. Is there a little bit too much in that pass? Yes. Disappointment. Another little half chance goes begging, and to your point a little bit early, you do just look at a chance like that and you think, that was Birmingham. Is there that little bit of extra quality just to make it count at the final end of the pitch? Turning there, picking up a really good position here is Laura Smith. And this is Morley, and Sala with the save. Into the final 4 minutes of the first half, and there's another decent chance. Lovely little pocket picked up by Laura Smith. Been impressed with her. Iglak was saying in his pre-match interview with Steve that he was excited to watch today, see how she did as a recent convert into the game, and so far, I've been thoroughly impressed with her. What have you made of her?
Yeah, I think she looks very confident for someone who's not played futsal necessarily.
Nearly an assist to her name as well there, as Annie Highway can't quite find the target. Tonks pins Miller. Great battle between these two here. Tonks just lost control of it. That's what we're all about, isn't it? Those 1v1 battles. You can get that in futsal so often when you get both teams sort of flag bearer player going head to head like that. It's brilliant to watch. Here they go again. Maybe a Birmingham ball. Highway does get the decision.
Feels like the tempo's dropped a bit, which is surprising just before the end of the half. You think whoever gets the next goal is going to go into the second half in quite a good place, but it's got a bit scrappy and a bit slow.
Yeah, it has, and I don't think it's actually suiting either side particularly. Forward come the Aztecs again.
That's just a bit of a communication breakdown there from Southampton.
Highway. Yeah, something broke down, that's for sure. Timeout's going to be called here by Clacasane. He wants to talk it over. Maybe he's just sensing that it's just lulled a little bit this game, and he just wants to reinvigorate his side for these final 2 minutes ahead of the half-time whistle. Let's take a listen in to Clacasane and Birmingham WLV.
Yeah, but we need the opposite player here running in. So they support and you've got a pivot to come in, or this player come in. If this player beats and you want to go second post, good. If not, if it's too deep, cut back. There, Annie here, give the ball back, run. But I don't want you to run here, I want you to run there, so the player on the opposite wing can come and you can make a combination with them. But we've got to keep passing the ball backward and forward. Yeah, Jess will come on for you, and Marianne for you. Yeah, you're going at the back and Jess at the back. Okay. Yeah. Now, yeah, forward. Yeah. Annie wing now. Yeah. Annie wing now. Yeah. Yeah.
So a couple of positional changes, but it's like just wanting just to work their combinations a little bit more. I think he feels like, without using the word, but he feels like they're just being a little bit maybe relaxed and a little bit lazy maybe in the game, to not be busting a gut at the other end of the court, to maybe create the space by making those off-the-ball runs.
Yeah, I think when you're playing an opponent who's potentially a slightly lower level, it becomes, that breaks down a lot more. When they were playing Havesi, for example, those rotations were much stronger. And yeah, he'll be frustrated as a coach because he knows that his team can do better. And yeah, 4-1 is, they're not out of sight at all, and Southampton have had opportunities.
That's nice. Highway to the back post, and there is Lennon. And that is another one for Birmingham. And the team talk does the trick. It's Marianne Lennon on the score sheet, and it's 5-1 to Birmingham WLV. Lovely goal.
Yes, it's a really nice cross ball, and yeah, the finish, it doesn't matter how it goes in, it's just, yeah, back post and a proper futsal goal. But yeah, Southampton will be feeling a bit frustrated because they haven't made those opportunities when they had them count.
I'm glad you've said that as a pivot yourself. You take them any way they come. That standing leg was in perfect position just to knock that one home. Highway, could she keep this in? I think she will. She does. Has options, and perfect placement for the defenders of Southampton Aztecs. Keelan can't go home and just goes anywhere, really. Into the final minute of the first half. Lovely pick out that from Annie Highway. It did deserve a finish, whether by hook or by crook. Silas caught out there. Dangerous place to be caught out. Still going Birmingham. It's Highway. And there's Lennon, and that's a more confident finish. That was all a little bit too easy for Birmingham WLV. Laura Smith at the heart of it again. She's having a fantastic game.
Yeah, I mean, they've really picked it up, and I said, obviously, the person who scores at the end of the half is going to be in a good place, and Birmingham have done it twice. So, yeah, I think they'll be happy with how they finished the half.
That's how Marianne would have loved to have finished that first chance. Don't worry about that, but on a hat-trick now, she'll take them any way they come.
Sometimes you just need to get the not-so-good ones out of the way, and then the nice ones come.
Scoot to the back post. will be a Birmingham ball. Final 22.5 seconds of this first period.
I'm not going to say anything about their set pieces, just in case.
Yeah, lessons have been learned. Hey, imagine how many they could have had if the set pieces had been on. Smith. It's going to be a Southampton decision. Seiler. That's unlucky. It was a lovely little idea. Rebekah Moody and Rebekah Tonks just not quite connecting. As the first half winds to a close, another fast, frenetic start from Birmingham WLV has again caused them to lead by a big way at half-time here in front of the BT Sport cameras at the FA National Futsal Series. It is Birmingham WLV with a big lead at the half then against Southampton Aztecs. Another rapid start. Can the Aztecs somehow make a comeback in the second half? We'll get the reaction of Rowney and Steve and Pippa at the break, but for now, do stay with us.
Half-time here at the University of Wolverhampton. It is Southampton Aztecs 1, Birmingham 6. We're joined now in the studio with Ray. I mean, has that game been put to bed in the first half?
Well, I mean, we thought Birmingham would control the game, but to come out, I mean, literally on fire, was it? I mean, they're going two goals up in the space of
a minute, I think, yeah.
So how difficult is that to come back from, Ray? I mean, 2-0 in 1 minute?
It's really difficult, especially for a new team like Southampton. You know, we spoke about that on the previous games, like they are learning through the process, and it's really painful process for them.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. They need to learn from these games and build up for next season. And in terms of Birmingham, they had really strong starting five, which proves in a minute to new up.
I was going to say that they seem to just have so much quality around the pitch and strength in depth for rotation of the players that want to come on.
Strong 5-4, they move the ball, they know what each other going to be, so they got that, you know, the team spirit, and they're really good technically as well.
Yeah, you can see why they're at the
top end.
The top end.
One of contenders.
And it could have been a lot more than 6 goals for them in the first half, because I'm sure you heard on comms as well, they were saying there was a bit of a selfish goal with 2-on-1 with the keeper there, and the player went for themselves to have a shot on target.
I was talking to Jamie before, the women's game is amazing because it's really unselfish game, you know, like you want your touch, they don't care who scored, they just want the team to win, so I'm really jealous about it when it comes to the men's game. You know,
Why do you normally just take all the goals?
Yeah, especially, you know, I used to be a pivot, as you know, I live by goals, so but yeah, so it's amazing. It's the previous games as well, like the previous game of the day, like 1-2, and the team spirit is fantastic.
I mean, is it clear to say this game will probably go into double digits in the second half?
Every chance. I mean, if they carry on playing, I mean, they can score at will. We know there's more goals to come. I mean, let's have a look at the goals to see what we had in the first half. But definitely there's more to come in the second half.
I mean, what was this one? About 30 seconds in, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, this is just down to Alicia Miller, isn't it? I mean, the pace that she's got. Remember on the last time we was here.
Typical futsal goal, down the line, second post finish.
Just driving down the line, as you say, and what a start here for Laura Smith as well to tap in.
See, Laura makes that look easy.
She has, and she's just come into the futsal series as well. So to a newcomer, stepped in really well, produces some quality stuff, and look at the celebration there. So happy to get off on the score sheet as well.
I mean, it's a great start to the game, and I think 20 seconds later we see an error from Southampton. Alicia's on the end of it again and goes for a shot, and there you. What more do you want?
Just seemed to really catch sort of Southampton on the back foot there. They didn't really seem like that she was going to sort of shoot from that distance.
I think they didn't expect that pace. No. You know, like the pace that Birmingham went like 100 miles per hour in the game, so they knew they need to sort out the game easily and fast, and they did it in the space of a minute to new up. And Alicia is a special player.
We've seen so much quality, right? Look at this. I mean, this has got you written all over it there. Wow. I mean, the ball for starters from the goalkeeper up to Annie Highway, and then look at this control, then composure to come inside,
calm, and finish. Yeah, amazing. As a pivot, 10 out of 10 for that. Yeah. The control, the calm, the technique to, you know, the right parts. That's amazing.
I think that's one of my favourite goals from today so far.
I think that's just reading the game, knowing that the defender's going to cut across, and he's got the time to take the ball inside. Again, look at the composure here.
I mean, I thought she was going to hit it first time, but I'm actually quite pleased that she took her time, went round the keeper, because it's just a lot more enjoyable to watch, isn't it? Yeah.
I just want to make a special message to the Southampton player. Some people are going to think there's a lot of technique. No, the coach is really sticky. So she it's not because like she couldn't control the ball. It's because of the floor. I have been there, and I know what I'm talking about. This coach, because they're brand new, they're quite sticky. So that's that you're going to see over and over the weekends. And that unfortunate to Southampton cost that goal. But then the finish was amazing.
But good play there from Angie Morley there, and the composure.
But here's this for a consolation goal, Laura Tonks.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is get the ball on target. We know that if you've got a chance of scoring, the goalkeeper will be disappointed there, Ray, obviously. But again, good touch, watching the ball come down.
Yeah.
The right, you know, it's about doing the right things, isn't it? When you're there, she knows on the right side of the court, so cutting it across the keeper. Didn't get the cleanest of strikes, but goes on target. You got a chance.
Apologies, Kaylee Tonks. Let me get the name right, because we did say we was going to watch out for her in this game. She's got the consolation goal, but then it kind of gets forgotten about in the midst of things when Birmingham just keep on scoring.
And then Mariana came in, banged 2 goals.
Yeah.
I don't know, second post, typical pivot goals. She's got 2, but again, seems easy, but you need to run there. You need to get that instinct to be there.
What a ball this is as well.
2 goals, so that's 2 goals between them two. Highways get 2 assists to Marianne. So
look how pleased she is with herself.
Yeah. She's pleased and laughing at the same time, because whether it's a 1-touch or a 2-touch finish, it doesn't really matter. Look at this again.
That's it. Far
post finish again, Ray.
But again, she read it perfectly. She didn't go second post. She read the ball exactly where the ball was going, so she did make one step back and finish with her right foot. Amazing finish, and really good understanding of the game.
A few tricks there to set the goal up.
Just the composure for me.
Yeah, that counts.
Composure
a lot.
100. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's just all round, isn't it? From back to front, they seem like they're in control of the game. Yes, it's easy to be in control when you go 2 goals up in the space of a minute, but even before that, they come out of the traps. They believed in what they was going to do today, and they've come out and they've executed a game plan.
And they're being absolutely ruthless as well. So they're not holding back. I feel like there's going to be plenty more goals in the second half. Second half will, of course, come shortly. So join us after this quick break.
A very warm welcome back to the FA National Futsal Series, live from the University of Wolverhampton. And it's our hosts in our game at the moment, Birmingham WLV, taking on Southampton Aztecs. It's Birmingham after an excellent first half, who lead the way 6-1. But as the guys alluded to in the studio, Alicia, that scoreline doesn't even begin to tell the story really of what for probably 15 minutes of the 20 was actually quite a close fought game. But for the other 5, Birmingham created simple chances and took them and just sort of blew Southampton away really.
Yeah, it's actually been a really interesting game. I think a lot of people seeing these two teams matched up would have expected Birmingham to be to be dominant, which they have been, but at the same time Southampton have created those chances, they just haven't taken them. They've obviously got their one goal, but they will be frustrated that they haven't got more because they've created the chances. It's just that little bit of quality, I think.
Yeah, which Birmingham do possess in abundance. And Seiler looking to kick things off in the second half for the Aztecs. Just a little bit too much of Rebekah Tonks. Ambitious ball from Kabov, and Aluololo just gets rid. Some encouraging words on the touchline there from Will Wilson, the coach. Just don't panic, trust yourself a little bit more. This is Alicia Miller, one of the standout players in the league so far this season. Has been, to Southampton's credit, largely, again, bar that fast start, kept pretty quiet.
Yeah, I think they kind of got her number a bit, and as we were saying, she's a very difficult one to sort of subdue, but they're doing it quite well, and that matchup, which we were talking about earlier, is probably what's doing it, really.
Yeah, here it is again, Tonks v Miller. Seiler's come out to play, and came out to play not far enough in the end, inside her own half, and bit of a no-no. Keepers can't touch the ball inside their own half once they've had it already in that attack. Possession turns over. See, Southampton used that tactic of the fly keeper a lot. Just wonder if their next step in their progression will be just to finesse it a little bit and use it a little bit wider. What they're doing absolutely here, when it's spontaneous from Seiler, it's not always set up, and it can get found out. It very nearly got found out there. It's obviously a high-risk strategy, but when it works well, it can be so rewarding, but you don't necessarily get that much reward out of it.
No, and I think you need to really trust the players around you to make it work. I'm not saying Southampton don't do that, but I think when it breaks down, they're a little bit slower at kind of reacting and getting back. A team that are really good at doing it are Helvetia with Alicia Grimond in goal, and I think that's what they're going to be aspiring to, really.
Yeah, we will see Helvetia a little bit later on. Looking forward to seeing the league leaders. They take on Bloomsbury in a London derby a little bit later. That was how close Birmingham came. They're 7th in this game. And a decent chance here, 2v1. And play's going to stop. 2 players down in the centre circle. Looked to me to be just something of a bit of a collision off the ball, and Laura Smith wasn't too happy. Rebekah Tonks isn't overjoyed.
I think it's just one of those ones. I wouldn't be particularly angry if I was that player. I think it is just that they're both got eyes for the ball and end up running into each other instead.
I think if you're Southampton, you're more annoyed it's been stopped. It's 2v1. Oh wow! Well, that's how not to do a drop ball. Becca Moody dumped to the deck by Alicia Miller. Here's Smith. Tonks cross.
It's just, yeah, Alicia Miller showing just how strong she is again.
Yeah, you'll know you've been in a game with Alicia Miller, won't you? Through for any highway. Birmingham clapping a change or two. Amy Maidment is ready to come on for Southampton Aztecs as well. Birmingham do make that change, and so too do the Aztecs. So Lindsay Glover, who's come on for Birmingham to replace Annie Highway. Movement has come on for the Aztecs to sit at the back. Moody takes a breather.
I think you can see the difference in the two sides there. Obviously, Alicia Miller looks very quick going forward on the break. Southampton managed to clear it, but they can't do anything with it. They can't get out of their own half. And I think that is one of the things that is causing them issues at the moment, is not being quick enough on the break.
Which you'd say usually wouldn't be a problem for them. They usually like to play that sort of direct line of attack, try and get Rebekah Tonks pinned to a defender.
I think the problem is because they're sitting so deep and absorbing that Birmingham pressure, there's no one there, so they can't play that ball.
They look to counter here though. Heath finds Tonks. That's great work from Tonks. Now she can bring them into play. Nice little ball that for Heath. Can she get around it? Just needed a touch to control. Just asked an awful lot of herself there, Catherine Heath.
It's a shame because she lets it run through her legs really nicely, and you'd think she could have just toe punted with her right foot, but yeah, just a little bit too slow, which is a shame because they're a really nice ball forward.
Yeah, it was a decent chance too. Seiler. Smith sharply out. Miller around the outside and clipped by Tonks.
She's so good with those the sort of change of pace, Alicia Miller. So she gets the ball, she's slow, and then she just turns it on and gets past players and gets fouled when she needs to.
Yeah, it brings a little bit of respite. Birmingham plot their move from this set piece. Whistles that one past the far post. Oh, something dialed up off the training court there. The execution for once lets Miller down. Maiden finds Kaylee Tonks. Morley shuts her out. Again, Miller and Rebekah Tonks do battle, and it's Miller who gets the better of it. Just ran out of room on the shot. Rebekah Tonks wasn't going to continue that chase back, was she?
No, I think that's it as well. Birmingham are a very physically fit team, and I think Southampton will struggle in the sort of closing stages of this game to keep up with them, and that's when it's going to open up, I think.
Will be a Southampton ball. A little 3v2 here. An important block to deny the pass from Kelly Tonks, and now the roles are reversed. Miller across the face, and Lauren Seiler with an important toe there. Don't know how much she knew about it, but it denied Alicia Miller.
Wasn't sure really if Alicia Miller was going for goal there or a back post. I guess it doesn't matter, it didn't go in anyway, so.
Yeah, a decent chance though for Birmingham. Tonks still battling. Shot from range. Very nearly. Seiler in the end with a pretty important touch, I think, there to deny what would have been a pretty spectacular goal. Lindsay Glover catching her off a line. Let's have another watch of this one. How close did Glover come? Not too far away. Fairly comfortable save in the end for Seiler. Maidman. No way through for Tonks. It will in fact be a Birmingham ball too, for good measure.
I think Birmingham look a bit more up for it in the second half, pressing really high.
Yeah, and it's forcing a little bit of a change in tempo in the match as well, because whilst the pressure's high, it's forcing more Southampton mistakes. Birmingham themselves are also a little bit riddled with mistakes to me. It's been a scrappy start to the second half, whilst an intense one. Smith at the target, no. And Seiler gets away with him.
We did see it happen in the last game, and I think if they continue to use the fly keeper tactic, I wouldn't put it past Birmingham to put one of those away.
Great ball from Miller. Big chance for Birmingham, and a good save from Seiler. Tip it onto the post. Lindsay Glover electing not to go for that second post and going her own way.
I think she was a little bit slow to make the decision, and that's why she had to go for goal in the end. But if, yeah, slightly earlier ball. But it's a good shot in the end, actually.
That's a really good save. Morley into Miller, driving through. Seiler again with the stop. Oh, lovely from Morley. Flicks it through the legs. And Miller denied by Rebekah Tonks, tracking back. Birmingham maybe just building up a head of steam here. This is Nicky Curtis. Needed an option, didn't have one. This time the square pass is on. Laura Smith denied though by Lauren Seiler. It's lacking a little clinical edge to them at the minute, Birmingham.
I think she should have hit that first time. It doesn't matter if it comes off Seiler in the end. If she'd hit that first time, I think that would have been in the back of the net.
Miller tries to burst through. They'll somehow in the end get on the end of it. Ryan Lennon just recently added back into the mix. So Lindsay Glover, who's taking a seat at the moment. This was a moment ago. Very decent opportunity. Very good save. Loose one from Lennon. Straight into a 3v2. Rebekah Tonks all the way around the outside. Caboth flying to her left to make the save. I think Icklack will have them all in next week working on one thing and one thing only. And I think, Alicia, it's going to be set pieces. What about you?
I think so. Well, hopefully they'll come back stronger in my...
Here comes Alicia Miller, dispossesses Seiler, and she's never, ever going to miss those. There is never, ever any breathing room around Alicia Miller. Too quick, too clever. And the finish was very, very simple.
It's just that high press, and when they do it well, they do it very well. And yeah, Alicia Miller, she's not going to make a mistake there. She's just got that turn of pace, outpaces her player, and it's just an easy goal.
It's the second time in the match that Southampton have given it away as the last player. And when you do that around this quality of individual, the likes of Angie Morley and Alicia Miller, you do generally get punished. This is Lennon, and that's wide. I don't think Alicia Miller will score an easier goal all season. Only with a collector's item header. Don't see too many of them on a futsal court.
I actually nearly scored with a header in the last match I played, and I think I was in shock.
He's got a pause in the middle. Keeper can't tie her and laces those gloves on. Birmingham to resume as
And another one like London Buses, those headers.
Morley on the kick in from the halfway line, around about halfway through this second half. Too much on it from Kevov. Again, that arrow throw from Lauren Sider is a real weapon for this Southampton team when it's used well. Rebekah Tonks gets in front of Marianne Lennon.
Birmingham are very good at shutting out any opportunity that Southampton have been having in this second half. Just as soon as they get the ball, Birmingham are on them, and they're struggling still with it.
Siler, bit of room. Take a set piece from down in that bottom corner. So a decent stinging shot, Kavoff with the save, and she fancies a little bit of retribution at the other ends. Wry smile from Adriana Kavoff.
I mean, if you don't try, but yeah, just not quite in the right place.
Miller with the control. Yeah, Morley couldn't quite combine.
I don't think Morley expected that to get through the body of Southampton defence there, but just sort of cheeky nutmeg, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite been, in a strange way, I think Birmingham will be quite frustrated by this performance in the second half, despite the fact that they're 7-1 up. It's not quite clicking for them, and Southampton are just that annoying pest that just won't really quite go away. Not making it easy for Birmingham, and they aren't really playing at the level they know they can.
I'm right in saying 6-1 at half-time. Yeah, they've only scored one goal, and Southampton have kept them at bay really well.
Miller around Tonks, and she's in on the keeper here. Goes her own way and finishes it off for another NFS hat-trick. Alicia Miller does it again. Didn't need any help in the end. Super finish. And that is 8. And 2 goals now in the second half.
Commentator's curse, but not a curse in this situation.
Yeah, the lesser spotted commentator's blessing, eh? Here's Morley. Lennon through the legs, no one on the other ends. Rebekah Tonks can charge, has support. You can see there from the way that Miller just, I mean, she drives the standards in this team, doesn't she? Stood on the ball at the back there and demanding players move and be in the positions they need to be, still sliding into tackles at 8-1 up.
I think that's what you need. You need leaders like that on the pitch that are going to make sure that their team are sort of abiding by the standards, because they could easily let this drop in terms of the pace and the pace of the game, really.
Keeling finds Lennon. Well, Clark did say at the start of the match it was a bit of a fact-finding mission about some of his players. Gill have learned some good things and some bad things too. That's the nature of coaching. Great ball from Miller. I think Morley in the end just got caught in two minds as to what to do.
Would have been a nice fake if someone was making a run in behind her.
Keeling. Has Lennon kept that in? I think she did. No way through for Morley and dumped to the deck. Keeling's going to depart, and he highway back into the mix. Lolo strong in the tackle. Miller in front of Tonks, but Tonks is going to end up with it and cracks the shot off. Not as accurate as she would have liked. Hasn't had that many sights of goal, Rebekah Tonks.
They've all been quite similar shots as well, quite high and in reachable distance for the keeper. I think against Carros you might need to go, well, obviously back post is the one, but I think she's slightly less good in terms of low balls.
Timeout called. I think it was by Southampton. Either way, we're going to get a little listen in just a moment to Will Wilson and the gang. Let's hear how morale is in the Southampton camp.
Just keep up the good work and make this game as respectful as you can. We're fighting for pride. We're showing that we're the team that doesn't give up. We're showing the team that plays with no fear. So that's what we're going to do. Keep this up. Still maintain that high press. Still play with you man to man. The only thing is, where we do break away counter-attacks, we sometimes we're sending just one person with not enough support. We'll say they've come at us counter-attacks a couple of times because we've not thought about what routine we do from a kick-in or from a corner. So we're losing it too easy, and that's how they're coming forward and scoring. So we're quicker to decide those. Okay. Okay. I'm going to make changes in just a second. Keep the slot out there. Now we're going to.
The key takeaway there from Coach Will is not necessarily what he's saying, because I think you've said exactly the same in the last 5 minutes or so, but it's more the manner, isn't it? He's very calm and patient. I think his players all appreciate that. Because more than anything, he's very aware of where Southampton are on this journey, and it is, well, nowhere near its end.
No, I think that's it. You're going to learn from these experiences. Our opening summer showdown match was against Helvetia, so I know what it's like. Baptism of fire.
Oh, good chance here though for Southampton. And Alawalolo denied by a really good bit of goalkeeping by Adriana Cabot. It's a really decent chance. And again, Southampton sticking to the core principles, and they created a really good opening here. Alawalolo just trying to squeeze it through the legs, I think, of Cabot. That's what can happen when Southampton are. It's a very clear tactic, get it into Tonks, work around her. It's not always easy because you've got to have some serious legs to be able to do that. Triple sub coming in, on come the fresh legs. So Laura Ingram, Catherine Heath and Rebecca Moody all coming in. Miller to go. Tonks has Mulligan at her back. Great little pick out from Ingram. Siler's got a lot of room here. Feeds into the D, and Heath couldn't quite get the shot away. Thought for a second that was going to be the Aztecs' moment.
I think on balance they do deserve a goal. They've worked really hard, and it's good to see when teams are losing quite some margin that they carry on, and that's what they obviously will have been saying to them.
Oh, it has broken for Tonks. And they do indeed get that goal, which Alicia was just saying they've been deserving. And somebody who probably does deserve that is Rebekah Tonks. Got a little bit of luck off Angie Morley, and then she's got a cannon of a strike when it opens up. And Rebekah Tonks gets her second of the day, 8-2. Finish was never in doubt there. Moody. Perfect angle here to see it. Crashed into that near post. Morley. That's a good save from Siler. There's Southampton attack again. And away. Aztecs corner. Cabot again looking to catch Siler out. It's a cavalier keeper, all right, is Lauren Siler.
Cabot is getting progressively closer though, and she has got 5 minutes to do something.
Dare say she'll have a few more attempts left in her as well. Highway. I reckon come the end of the 40 minutes, Lawrence High's probably done just about as many meters as just about anyone else on their team.
Yeah, I think so. I think the fact that her shoelace came undone and no one else's has just shows how much running she has done. Maybe she should give it a go as an outfield player at some point.
Yeah, I think it was the starting point from Seiler. Outfield, the cum goalkeeper. Fits the cliche of frustrated outfield player better than most. Highway. Morley around the corner. Tonks nips in. And she has her partner in crime alongside her as well, but Miller was there to intervene. Hello, stepping into it. And Birmingham smuggle it away. Tonks, oh, that'd have been a lovely, lovely Aztecs goal.
That's so unfortunate. I've put many of those over the bar myself, so I know how it feels. But yeah, a really nice move from Southampton, and just can't quite get the finish.
Not quite the solid contact that she needed there, Alawalolo. Waiting for the run of Miller. Still willing to do full court sprints with 4 minutes left at 8-2 up. Tonks pins Morley, and Morley wins it back. Foul given, and the Birmingham skipper can't quite believe that. Not sure what to make of that one. It was definitely physical. Whether it was a foul or not, Angie will say she won the ball.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's one of those ones where you know if you go down, you're going to get it.
Cracking block by Laura Smith, and we get a roof ball, which means we'll go out to the sideline.
I think she's having to walk that one off. It's a bit of a stinger.
Yeah, it was caught. Seiler into Rebekah Tonks. Lovely work between the two Tonkses, and Kaylee can't quite get it through at the near post. But full credit here to Southampton Aztecs. 8-2 down against a team very much fancied to go very close to winning this league, and they are ending the game the stronger. Oh, she's wiggled her way through, and Rebekah Tonks has found her hat-trick. How on earth has she done that?
I think I'm going to watch this replay and still not understand how she's done it. But yeah, a really good individual goal, and well deserved. She's been absolutely incredible for Southampton this afternoon.
She finally takes a very well-earned breather. I don't think she had many minutes off the court, if any, in this match. Rebekah Tonks. Alicia Miller builds up out of steam, but runs out of room. Marianne Lennon. Round the corner, Smith, and teed up and finished in style by Lindsay Glover. Her first goal of the day. She enjoyed that one, that's all right. Lovely team goal this actually from Birmingham.
Yeah, that's really nice. She just sort of drifts out to the edge of the circle, makes space for herself, and it's I wouldn't say a routine shot, but it's really nicely taken, and yeah, Birmingham get their ninth.
Birmingham the quest for Tier 1 glory will continue. They've still got plenty of big games to play. They face University of Liverpool next, which, after Liverpool will be flooded with confidence following their earlier win today, could be a great game. Seems a little harsh on Davina Alloa, but handball's been given. And they end the season with games against Bolton and Manchester, which could be very, very big indeed.
Feels like every game in this Tier 1 is a big game at the moment. Just any kind of dropping points anywhere and the table shifts completely.
Wide, but it is great, isn't it, Alicia, when you've got a level of teams which are all very good but all taking points off each other. That's exactly what you want. Maybe you've probably got a couple at the top there you fancy being the favourites, but underneath that it's everyone's beating each other.
Yeah, I think it's great to see, to be honest, futsal growing so much. And obviously, like teams like Southampton, who've made it into Tier 1 this season and are going to be growing to be like Birmingham and Helvetia's of the league. Like, it's only going to get bigger, and we'll see more teams coming in, and it's just going to get stronger every year. So exciting.
Lennon for Glover. Illegal kick in there from Lindsay Glover. A loose one from Seiler. Covered really well to get a big challenge in though to Nyla Smith. I suppose as well, and particularly with the women's game, Alicia, there's still an element of a figuring out process with it as well, because so many of our top female players we're seeing today are still playing really high-level football as well. Everyone's just kind of working out as they go along with futsal at the minute, it feels like.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll see more and more players maybe choosing to just play futsal, like me, hopefully following in my footsteps. But yeah, it's a hard one to balance, and I think we're going to see it change over the years because futsal is becoming so competitive. Hopefully players will start to be able to play it at not just futsal, really.
Lindsay Glover almost getting herself in a long got a taste for goals now.
They'll really want their 10th, I think. It's just it's a nice round number, isn't it?
Would be back-to-back 10-goal salvos for Birmingham if they can manage it. Not like that, they won't. This is Tonks. Moody the dummy runner and then ends up picking it up, and play continues. And she'll be questioning why Nikki Curtis wasn't there, tapping it in at the far post.
You've got to just slide in there, put it all on the line and get that 4th goal. But yeah, it's a shame. They do it all except for putting it at the back of the net.
Alicia, as we enter the final minute, going to get you to nominate your player of the match. Few standout performances from those in Southampton green, but I'm guessing with a 9-3 scoreline, it's got to go to someone in Birmingham white. Who are you picking?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as you say, Southampton have been really good. They've kept battling, but it's got to be Alicia Miller for Birmingham. She's been exceptional. Just turn of place like that. She scores the goals. She's got it all, really.
Yeah, phenomenal player, and not for the first time on the BT Sport cameras. Alicia Miller puts on a show for us. Second game in a row here in Walsall. She's bagged a hat-trick and bagged herself player of the match as well. Final 26 seconds then to be completed. Birmingham, one of the league's top scorers, and they will need to be in their hunt for first place. Tonks squares it in. Just anywhere will do. It's been a super performance in the end from Birmingham yet again. That fast start, absolutely the key. And since then, they've never looked back. Another big win for Birmingham. They get the job done against the Southampton Aztecs, growing every single time we see them. But today was a glimpse of the strides that they still have to make. Birmingham comfortable winners in the end, inspired again by the brilliant Alicia Miller. 9-3 the final score. Superb, and they look every inch title contenders. Final score, Southampton Aztecs 3, Birmingham WLV 9.
Another big win for Birmingham, but were they ever in doubt after a massive win against Bloomsbury in the last round, 10-1 and 6-1 at half-time here? They've sealed the deal, even though Southampton got a nice little hat-trick as a consolation from Tonks.
Big contenders. I mean, I spoke to Iklak before, and he was trying to play it down, but they've got to be up there for challenging.
100%. I think I've been involved in this kind of games. It's really difficult for you to keep it 100%. 6-1 half time. You're already deep inside. You think job is done. Let's relax a little bit. But then you got very hungry team on the other side. They really need to get better. They really need to learn the game, and they displayed the best performance I've ever seen this season for them in the second half against a top quality side as a Birmingham. So it's a lot. Both teams can take a lot. Birmingham take the 3 points in the first half, which was incredible. But Southampton as well, they need to build from the second half, which was quite great. Yeah.
Let's have a look at those second half goals. I mean, I said off air that I thought there would be a lot more from Birmingham, but still. They did what they needed to do, and Alicia Miller was it was Alicia Miller show to get against it, wasn't it?
I mean, she was fantastic. I mean, the energy, the desire, the passion that she brings to the team, everything about her is just it's 100% commitment, and the goal was typify. I mean, it's a hat-trick in the end, wasn't it, that she got? But that was the second. This is the third again.
It's the change of speed.
We're saying that back scene is she won level both in terms of physicality.
What was you saying about this finish, though?
Well, I told you before, it's that one I had that couple of seconds to decide what I'm gonna do. It's that one. If you score, no one gonna say as much as they want to say so many things to you, but they're never gonna put it out because you score. But if you miss that goal,
I mean, I thought she was gonna square that one.
Well, I missed few of those, and then my teammates wasn't happy with me at all.
Great finish there from Rebekah.
Rebekah Tonks. Sorry, Rebekah.
The hat-tricker.
Sorry.
No, lovely finish there. Head down.
She's a goal scorer.
Foot through it.
And that she created that hero head on.
She got another hat-trick as well. So 2 hat-tricks in one game. So pleased for her as an individual accolade. Disappointed with the result, but got on the score sheet again. So another little tricky finish.
Just talking about that Alicia Miller goal that we saw before, I mean, you were saying in the first half that in the women's game, the players are a lot less selfish.
Yeah.
Are we going to call that selfish, or are we just going to let her have it?
I was so just to Steve before, it's like she knew she was about to have a hat trick.
Yeah.
She knew the advantage in the score.
But look at this finish as well.
That was
Lindsay Glover there, but we just missed the no-look pass
Mm.
from Laura Smith. So we've seen a lot today, haven't we? A lot of goals, a lot of skills, bit of brilliance from everyone. So really impressed so far. Great standard.
Great standard, great 2 games, and got another 2 big games coming now. So excited to see that.
Well, listen, let's hear from the player of the match, who's with Stephen Jameson down courtside.
Yeah, with our player of the match, Alicia Miller, second time in a row. You seem to like this B2 stage.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Another fast start, another 3-goal lead in the first few minutes. What's the secret to starting how quickly you guys do?
That's just what we aim to do. Like, we know that we've got pace and we've got like the energy to go for it. So we know if we catch people on the counter and we get going quickly and we get those early goals, we can then relax a little bit and we give us a bit of like time to settle. So I think it just gives us that extra bit of confidence. When you score a couple of goals early, you're always going to start flying.
Interesting point in the season, still a long way to go, but you guys are just going to keep breathing down the necks, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we're chasing the title. That's what we're here for. We're here to battle with the best, and we're doing that at the moment. Yeah, we had a setback against Helvetia a couple of weeks ago, but we still go from there, and anything can happen. The scores have been going all over the place, so anything can happen towards the end of the season.
Well, look, congratulations. They're going to bring in your coach, like I say, here, Player of the Match Award. Another one for your collection, Alicia. Congratulations.
Well, that's all from us here on BT Sport 1 for futsal today. Following us here on BT Sport 1 is the cricket. West Indies beat England in the 3rd test. But if you want to see the remaining 2 games, please do join us on BT Sport ESPN from 1 p.m, where we'll see the following games. See you then.